Good evening, everyone. It's Rickzilla here, coming to you live late in the evening. I mean, well, this is going to be a late stream, which I haven't done in a while. I mean, a really long while. And by that extension, I meant I used to always do these streams on Twitch before I figured out how to do live streams on YouTube. Anyway, aside from that, I'm going to be doing something really different. And I mean really, really different. I'm going to be covering a classic oddity that was a frequented guest on a Drunken Peasants from way back when. I'm talking about the Empress Gail Schuler. And I'm going to be looking at some of the classic shit on her channel, which includes the giant sentient burrito, and of course the nuclear macaque bomb, the nuclear bomb, as what she refers to. I might also cover some of the recent shit, but that's gonna be boring as hell. I just want to look at the funny shit from back when she was still weird and bizarre. She's still doing weird shit right now. It's just, I don't know if it's funny, but I'm not gonna find out about that yet. I'll save that for some other time. Let's just get into the craziness that is Gail Schuler. Oh my god. If you don't know who this woman is, again, she was featured on the Drunken Peasants. She's hilarious because she actually believes this type of stuff. She actually believes this shit. From what I heard, Gail had like a nervous breakdown back in the 90s, probably after she got divorced from her first husband, her ex-husband, and I think she, fell into a deep psychosis, which probably explains why she's acting so sporadic. And I don't think she's a troll. I really don't. You can't make this shit up. Or can you? You decide, my only one viewer. That sounds like a good story for a science fiction movie. Attack of the Giant Burritos. I would watch that shit. You know, I've always wanted to cover Gail Schuler. Last year, I've always thought about wanting to cover her. And that was before I started doing live streams, before I learned about OBS. I always because she's like a treasure trove of weird wackiness, and I really, really think that's hilarious if you think about it. Tarant Bukaki. I'm beginning to think that Odd One or Odd Job. I think I'm beginning to think that Odd Job took that concept, that whole Bukaki, and threw that in there when G-Man was on the Geek Room. When Odd Job was a guest and they got G-Man on. I think he just threw that in because of the whole joke. Or is it probably because they always make references that G-Man might be might be in the closet. Then again, he does live in his sister's basement. Her voice is out of sync with her video. Lips are out. And this is the malfunction that anyone who was a fan, who's ever known about this person, can you identify what would make her sound like this, make her say this stupid shit? Anyone who's ever watched her content from the beginning? And that's the end of that video. Anyway, there's going to be some other funny shit that you really want to see. The Church of Gail. The bathing suit. Blackface. Laurie McBride. Gail in a bathing suit. Gail in a one-piece. I don't know about that one. Gail in a strapless dress in an evening gown for Vladimir Putin. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Okay, this one, these are a long ass time ago from the Joe Star. Anyway, let's just get into the you got to get your colors in code. You got to make sure that the colors match. Yes. Yes, Crash, the double trouble has come. And I am the trouble. I am not the trouble. I am the... God damn it, I love... God damn it. Maybe I should save the chats for later. Well, maybe I should read the chats later, because I'm enjoying the wonders of Gail Schuler and her evening gown for Vladimir Putin. Hold on. I can do that. I can fix that. Anyway, I forgot about that part. Is that better?
It's just not me. It's not my best look. By the
Is that
way,
better,
what
Crash?
I'm wearing is something that I bought for Vladimir Putin.
Is that better, Crash? I already add the sound in.
In 2002. Yeah, I bought it from him in 2002. I bought it when I worked at Burritos in the evening gown department. I used my credit card to buy it because I didn't really have the money. But in case he came to marry me, I wanted to have something decent to wear. I wanted to surprise him with a nice outfit, wearing my.
This woman has an overactive imagination. I can give her that. She has an extremely overactive imagination. But there's also some underlying sense of psychosis. And this woman I don't think maybe she is going senile, but I think most of it has to do with like a failed marriage. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff.
Clothing personality.
You're welcome.
And
Ash.
I don't know if you can see it or not, but
this video is very old, which is why I chose these videos, because these are the classic era of Gail Schuler. If you don't know who that is, she was featured on The Drunken Peasants, and she was bizarre. She's like a human cartoon, as you'd say.
I bought this. Used to say soft, natural clothing personality. Soft, natural clothing personality is Audrey Hepburn-like. She was that. It's soft, draping, flowing fabrics, unconstructed silhouette, and the shoes are usually tapered. And
yeah, she does claim to go to a spaceship. Which is if you haven't tuned in to the early part, the whole giant burrito thing, that is attacked. Yeah, the giant burrito, when she was talking about the giant burrito attacking the Church of Gail. I think she started her own religion. I don't know. But it's funny to see.
It's the fresh and sensual lady is the best way to describe it.
And I would take everything she said with a grain of salt, because she's cuckoo in the Hovesa. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, this is the woman who talked about how she had a relationship with Brett Spiner, the Data from Star Trek The Next Generation, the weird kooky scientist from the Independence Day films.
You have different clothing personalities. You have the romantic, which is extremely feminine. You have the dramatic, that's kind of like daring. You have the natural.
Okay, just skip ahead.
I bought this at that time. I knew what my clothing personality was, so I chose.
Just talk about her clothing personality. It's not that interesting. I'll tell you what.
They're not the same.
What is interesting is this fun gem. This one, that was something that. Oh, no, not that one. This one is one of the funniest things you'll ever see from Gail. It's a
We have an emergency. The Jesuits are about to launch a nuclear bomb that has semen in it that will infect everyone. We need our scientists all over the world to help us stop this bomb. And also, it's going to be like Jesuit bukkake in a nuclear bomb, and it's headed towards Canada, where Judge Terrance Jenkins is right now.
Nuclear bukkake, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Jesuits. I remember. I think I recall when I went into drag stream, I was like, "I'm a Jesuit priest come to spread the word of Jesus." Yeah.
Any scientists out there that can help us stop this bomb, or come up with some sort of spermicide that will counter all the germs that are going to come out of this bomb, contact Judge Terrance Jenkins at
Judge Terrance Jenkins.
Judge Terry Jenkins, JudgeTerryJenkins at yahoo.com, or Judge Terry Jenkins, or go to Gerard Butler, RARDBUTLERMD at gmail.com. They are going to.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Bomb is headed right towards Canada right now, where Terry Jenkins is. We need scientists and military to.
Yeah. She has a space alien.
Intervene. This bomb can
Skype. And guess who's gonna be calling her? It's a guy pretending to be Terry Jenkins.
Hello?
Yeah, it's me again.
Yeah, keep talking. I actually have the video going right now, and I think you're being recorded.
Oh my goodness, I'm on video. That's amazing.
Yes, say what you
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Scientists on nanotechnology research team is saying that this is a new cocky.
It's a new cocky.
Kind of nuclear bomb. It's a bomb that's got bukkake in it. It's going to infect the whole world with Jesuit semen.
In case you're wondering what the hell is going on right there, some troll was fucking with her, pretending to be this Judge Jenkins character. I know it's wrong, but it's funny as hell just to see her reaction, because she is nuts.
Okay, keep
so that's
going.
All I needed to tell you.
Okay, I think you're being recorded. I hope so. Okay,
I hope so too.
Okay,
Dan.
all right. So I'm gonna go.
Okay, bye
bye. Bye. Oh my god, that was freaking hilarious. Anyway, that's the crux of what I would expect from someone like Gail. Also, there's this. The more, the merrier. And let's not forget that this woman who believes that obese women's farts makes people autistic. So that would explain why Rev is so freaking stupid, because he's been huffing Shanny's farts all the time. Which would explain Rev's brain deadness. I don't know. It's like trying to find Jello on MySpace. Wearing Kenneth, I don't. It's a troll crash. It's a troll, but it's funny. Oh my god.
I have a very sad video to make today. The Canadian nation has been hit with this new cocky bomb. I'm going to read a letter that I got from Brent Spiner.
Brent Spiner. Oh my god. Crash, this woman thinks that she's soulmates with Brent Spiner, the android from Star Trek The Next Generation, Data 7, I think. I haven't watched that in a while. Maybe I should start rewatching that shit. But I don't. But she thinks that Brett Spiner, Matthew McConaughey, Vladimir Putin and other A-list celebrities are part of the Church of Gail. The only sexual relationship Gail's ever had was with her ex-husband. And that's from what I've seen from an old video.
Dated December the 21st, 2011,
Thanks, Jonathan
1:10
Green.
a.m. My dear wife, I am writing to you from the Canadian National Hospital where I sit in quarantine, zipped inside a dreadfully squeaky white hazmat suit.
So, Gail probably predicted COVID. I don't know. Maybe COVID was caused by the Jesuit bukkake bomb that infected everybody with the Jesuit nut.
These suits actually look like the space suits we used on the set of Star Trek.
Maybe that explains. Maybe what if the Jesuit bomb hit China?
So at the very least, I know I look cute in them. What I am writing you is a first-hand account of the horrible bombing that took place today. All of Canada has been bukkakeed. I cannot describe to you the smell.
Oh my God, this woman, she is something else. It's funny. And these are old videos. And these are the old videos. I just looked at the ones that are popular on her channel, and these are the ones that I wanted to take a look at because they are riddled with absolute hilarity.
The sensation is so vivid in my mind, I have had trouble sleeping. Every time I close my eyes,
every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny.
It comes pouring back into my eyes, my ears, my nostrils, my mouth, like a horrific rape scene stuck on repeat.
Ouch.
Minutes from hour zero, I sat in the hospital room next to Terrance Jenkins. My heart was pounding. My palms were sweating as I flattened them on the cold window, dilated pupils fixated on the brightening horizon in the distance.
Sounds like G-Man's wet dream.
I prayed. I saw the Nukaki bomb as it came over the sky, silent, unglamorous, like an idle daydream whisking across the imagination and disappearing among the clouds. The room seemed to stand silent, still, swallowing.
You're right, Jonathan. She is like Von Helton. She is just like Von Helton. And she was like 56 when she made this video. So, oh my God, I don't know. That'd be funny wouldn't it be funny if Gail and Von got together? I mean, they're both weird. But then again, Gail is too old for Vaughn. Because Vaughn wants them young Chinese women.
With the melody of I'm Dreaming.
But the thing is, Vaughn doesn't have Church of Vaughn in his camper.
Dreaming of a white Christmas, playing over the hospital intercom, uninterrupted by the horror dawning outside with the cold glow of the winter sun. The bomb dropped. I opened my mouth to scream, but nothing came out. The powerful blast ejaculated through the streets so fast there was no time to react.
Or Rev's obsession with drag while
civilians had drowned in the milky depths before they.
Yeah, that too. We all know that. We all know that Rev wants some of that D. We all know that. I mean, well, technically, Then again, you can't get anything from having sex with Shani, knowing that she's got a lot of foliage and nowhere to stick it in because of all the mass she has gained over the years. So Rev might as well just take the L and just cut off his wee and start growing boobs. Because that's the only way he's gonna get laid is if he grows boobs and starts to like pierce his taint and make it look like a vagina. Okay, maybe I'm saying that Rev should start to. Am I saying that Rev should become a woman?
They even screamed. Buildings burst. The entire hospital shook under the tremendous quakes of
Yeah, that's true.
as doctors and nurses flooded.
Yeah, but this woman thinks she's married to Brett Spiner, the Data 7 from Star Trek: The Next Generation, the crazy scientist from Independence Day, the one who got probed by the evil alien he was turned into a ventriloquist dummy by the evil alien in Independence Day.
Into the rooms to gather everyone down into the basement. Sure to round up all of the celebrities first. The next thing I know, I was.
No, that's probably. Wait. Yeah, that's true. He could be the lesbian.
Was being dragged out of the room while Terrence Jenkins still lay on the hospital bed. Leave him, they said. He will never survive the trip without his left testicle, but I wouldn't allow it. Not this man, not my friend. I whirled out of the arms of the nurses and flung myself to his bedside. I politely asked permission to touch his body.
Oh my God!
He responded with
I was just looking at one of the comments. That's why it's called the Great White North. Oh, that was bold, and the Great White North because of the bukkake. We all know that. I believe that she's talking about the bukkake because she ain't getting it. She ain't getting none. And we all know deep down somehow Gail needs the bukkake inside her.
Groan. Then cupped his injured testicles in my own hands.
That's true.
And hoisted his body out of the bed.
I would say Rev should definitely just use female pronouns as of now, because it's better today for him to use female pronouns. All he needs to do is just shave off that goatee, shave off his facial hair, and start taking estrogen pills. Oh, and also start wearing skirts.
I then began the arduous journey down 27 flights of stairs en route to the safety of the basement. Grasping the body of Terrence Jenkins, heaving and sweating, legs as hard and fast as they could. In no short time, the windows on the stairs exploded, and like an ocean tide.
By the way, Rev, don't take this as any offense. I know you don't watch my videos, but please, for the love of God, take the L and call yourself female pronouns. That's the only way that you can save face. Also, shave off that pubic hair goatee.
Tidal wave. The taste of salt violated my mouth.
Also, Rev, start dressing like a middle school girl or start dressing like a My Little Pony character. Maybe Shani will like you like that. Because this whole manly thing isn't doing you any favors. You're not manly. You don't have any muscles. I've seen the last video, and Honestly, you people are stupid when you're high. Yes, we should. The Jesus Bukkake over the moon Bukkake theory. Yeah, I believe in the G-Man Bukkake theory because we all know that he is thinking about the Bukkake because he claims that he likes peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and cookies and cream and Bukkake. Even that's the best Freudian slip I've ever seen. We all know that.
And burned the back of my throat. We were being blasted with semen. I tried to run faster, but my timing couldn't have been more terrible. Just as
looks like Tyrone came and went. Looks like Tyrone just came to Canada and fucked everything and fucked the entire country long dick style. That nuclear Bukkake bomb is actually Tyrone's long dick. Can I say that? Yes, I can say that. It's Tyrone.
as I neared each landing, the windows at head level would burst, shouting blast after blast of semen directly into my face.
This sounds like one of those homoerotic fan fictions that you find on some obscure website that you really regret looking into. Sounds like some shitty Harry Potter fan fiction.
I wanted to collapse, to lose my mind in the terrible nuclear Bukkake storm.
Sounds like a homoerotic Star Trek fan fiction.
Been for my desire to save poor Terrance Jenkins and my desire to again see your sweet face, I might have died right then and there, sobbing in a pool of sperm and AIDS.
Oh, damn, that ain't right. Oh, those Jesuits will pay for what they did to Brett Spiner. They will pay! It's worse than monoerotica. Oh, man. You know, that would be a great theme for Monterotica is a black missile silo that's in the shape of that has a shaft and two orbs that. Okay, maybe that's just. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there.
I would not give it to them.
Oh, God.
I was the last to arrive at the doors to the basement. I set Terrance Jenkins down on the floor while Vladimir and the doctors immediately bolted the heavy doors shut behind us. Mere seconds later came the shaking blast of ejaculate hitting the steel doors. We had made it.
Oh, my God. This sounds like a fan fiction that was written by a lonely middle-aged woman who hasn't gotten laid in years. So her imagination is up for debate.
We were safe. I knelt to check on Terrance.
Yes.
To my horror, no longer breathing. I cried out in horror and protest and immediately began CPR. I put my mouth to his over and over, trying so desperately to.
Tara, you might want to look into some of the shit Gail Schuler to get some ideas for the next monoerotica, because this shit is on bleak.
Infused air into his heavily inseminated lungs, pausing to pump my palms against his manly chest. The doctors, nurses, and all the men circled the two of us. My eyes welled up with tears as I saw the doctor shake his head.
This sounds like again, it sounds more like a wet dream that. This sounds like the intro to Monoerotica.
Gerard Butler removed his hat silently, praying in Irish.
Gerard Butler. King Leonidas from 300. Machine Gun Preacher over here is praying on behalf of Data 7.
I strained and I pumped, unwilling to give in. With one final thrust, I saw a gurgle of semen burst past his big lips. His eyes rolled open, and he began to grunt. He could barely speak.
Oh, God.
His words still spraying with remnants of inhaled semen as he tried to force them out.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, my God. Terror, next Monoerotica is going to write itself. Because you're gonna need a towel for this one.
He asked where he was, and proudly I replied that other than being covered in semen of mostly unknown origins, he was safe. It was then I finally collapsed onto the floor beside him, exhausted and slept. Hours later, we returned to the service to after the attack. I almost gagged upon re-entering the hospital building. The odors permeated my nostrils, and I immediately brought my hand to my face to cover my mouth. The only way to describe it is like the cheapest mushroom Alfredo you have ever had, left to rot in the fridge for several months.
Oh, dear Lord.
Shuddering.
It sounds like actually, to be honest, this sounds like a plot to some weird hentai.
I turned my eyes to the nearest window. My mouth fell open in a slow, seeping shock, as did the protection of my hand.
You know, Tara, if you should copy and paste Gail Schuler's preachings and use it for the next Monoerotica. And just change a few names around.
Which I would have presumed to be flowing with the milky remnants of Jesuit semen had hung over in the afternoon sun, freezing the entire city mid-wash in a noxious yellow crust. Rescue.
Who knows, Jonathan Green? She could be into bestiality. I mean,
teams were sent to chisel through the wreckage looking for survivors. The rest of us were brought back to quarantine to be dealt with. According to Fox News, every Canadian woman has fallen pregnant.
Oh!
This has become a national crisis.
Every Canadian woman has become pregnant. Looks like Monty came into town and got busy with the with all the Canadian white women. And Tyrone too.
I'm sure they are.
I'm pretty sure Tyrone fucked every Canadian white woman long dick style. Maybe except for Chantal Marie, because I don't know if she can stick his big gun into, because I don't think anyone could find Chantal Marie's hole.
Censoring this from the United States. Brianna, too. Brianna is Terrance Jenkins' baby that was rescued from the Vatican and who has...
Tigers here. Semen. It's actually yellow. Why is it yellow, guys? It's actually yellow. Fuck, not Breakers here. God damn it. Canadian brothers.
Genes and Terrance's genes. The Jesuits created her using our stolen eggs and semen. Brianna, too, has become pregnant, but she has chosen to have an abortion, so she should come out of this okay. All of the men are okay. Our doctors are able to obtain enough spermicide to sanitize our bodies.
Spermicide. Maybe Rev should start... Yeah, I mean, some people don't mind the the jizz, the bukkake, because we all know there are some people that consume bukkake. I'm looking at Rev, who who openly admitted while on heavy drugs, saying that he eats his own jizz because that's what a man does. Again, you might as well say it. You might as well drink orange Fanta while you eat your own jizz, Rev.
We had to stand naked in quarantine and be blasted
Yeah,
with a
just some water.
spermicide hose to fully eradicate all of the sperm. I am feeling
Yeah, exactly, Jonathan Green. You don't need spermicide to get rid of all that jizz. Just get some soap and water.
itchy, but at least I am well. Rance Jenkins is making
It's gonna be sticky.
a recovery as well. He is doing better than I could have hoped, and miraculously, he still has his right testicle, although it is hanging on by a thread, so he has to hold it.
Oh,
I'm
damn.
glad you are safe and far, far away from here. I wish I could be with you, your husband, Brent Spiner. I also had about a 45-minute conversation with Terrence Jenkins, and I will be transcribing that and making a.
I know how to pronounce Terrence. Why is it got to be Terrence?
YouTube video about that. That may be several videos long.
Oh, dear God.
Let you listen to the voice
of
Terrence Jenkins, because that way the Jesuits
can. Thank you. Oh, man, Crash, you're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. God damn it.
Track Terrence and kill him. In fact, that's one reason they had such a good aim when they dropped the Nukaki bomb in Canada. But I will say that the men
Nukaki bomb is named Tyrone.
That were affected were Matthew McConaughey, Brent Spiner, Gerard Butler. I believe Hugh Jackman was there.
Don't worry, Hugh Jackman was the Wolverine. His healing factor took care of it.
I think Vladimir is no longer there.
Don't worry, Hugh Jackman was the Wolverine. His healing factor. He's got adamant. The adamantium probably could have counteracted the bukkake.
I'm not sure, but all of from Terrence told me that all of Canada has been affected, able to blow the wind.
No. Yeah, exactly. Brent Spiner doesn't even know who this woman is. But I think he just watched her videos and just acknowledged that she's loony.
So that it's this bukkake fallout is confining itself to Canada, but the Jesuits.
It sounds like a setup, a plot line to the next Fallout game.
Want to drop a bukkake bomb on the United States, on the White House, and and Fox News is not able to broadcast this in the United States.
Fox News, the most reliable news source in America.
Let the world know what has happened. So I'm letting you know through this YouTube video. The senators and representatives in the United States need to get on this.
This is an old deal.
And maybe you could contact Terrence Jenkins or Brent Spiner and Vladimir Putin and find a way to try to stop these Jesuits. Maybe you need to get a shield up, a shield over the United States and over all the countries in the world, because you can block this Nukaki bomb with a shield, but you need to get it up to protect your country. Canada is in ruins right now. Canada needs our prayers. The whole Canadian nation is in devastation right now. Canada needs our prayers, but other countries out there before the Jesuits sent bombs,
can we get a rib shield? They should have gotten a rib shield, like a rib shield. You know what I'm talking about. A shield that's ribbed for your pleasure. Manufactured by Trojan or Durex. A shield, a big ass shield that was meant. Sorry. Frog in my throat. And I wasn't eating it. No frogs were harmed. Spit that out. Kidding. Gulp.
Up
Yeah. She says Brett Spiner. Yeah, she's probably talked Magna Protection. Yes.
Contact Vladimir Putin or somebody.
Contact Vladimir Putin.
But you need to there's a shield technology you can get up to block this new cocky bomb.
This new cocky bomb.
Able to get it up in time in Canada.
That's why you got to get them some Magnum protection from a Trojan horse.
I'm going to make this video. Send
a Trojan horse to the Jesuits.
Video out. This is an emergency.
Emergency. All right. Hilariously funny. And here's her thoughts on Hillary Clinton from during the 2016 election. What her arch enemy is Zach Knight is an arch enemy is the arch enemy of Gail Schuler. I don't know who Zach Knight is. I almost said Zack Snyder. But it turns out that the Hillary Clinton we knew from 4 years ago wasn't actually Hillary Clinton. It was a Jesuit clone created by Zach Knight. And the real Hillary Clinton was murdered by Zach and his Jesuit Legion. And Gail would probably explain that to us. This was 6 years ago. This was 4 years ago.
I've noticed that when I sit down at my computer, like cramps and back and everything. So now standing computer, what I did is I created my own, I have the monitor very high, so it's at almost at face level as I'm standing. And I do sit every now and then to give my feet a break, but I've set up my computer terminal so that I can type on the keyboard standing up. So I'm actually composing and writing my book standing up. I do have some very important news to report. I haven't heard from my men through Skype, which is my usual way of getting news, since March. I believe that there's a very important legal case going on right now, and regarding the Gail Shield and the Jesuits feel that I need to be brought in for psychiatric evaluation so that they can operate on me and weaken the shield. And my men, of course, are having nothing to do with this. And apparently in the court case, my men are proving that I'm not crazy. And in order to not contaminate the evidence, they can't communicate with me because the Jesuits could claim that my men told me what to say. So I believe that's why I haven't heard from them. But the brain-to-brain communication seems to have improved because of the Gail Shield, and I seem to be getting less interference from Zach Knight. And let me tell you the latest. First, I have some sad news to report, which I've heard brain to brain, which I believe is correct. Hillary Clinton has been murdered.
Yeah. From what I hear, Hillary Clinton was murdered by a Jesuit clone created by Knight.
And replaced with her Jesuit clone. That this is a correct brain-to-brain communications because she has chosen a Jesuit for her vice president, Tim Kaine. As most of you probably already know, he is a Jesuit, and I don't believe the real Hillary Clinton would have chosen a Jesuit for her vice president. I'm not sure what the Jesuits think they're going to accomplish by doing this. Maybe they think that by having Tim Kaine as vice president, it'll help them to stay alive underneath the Gail Shield.
She's on that Alex Jones level of crazy. You know how Alex Jones always says that Hillary Clinton is some is some alien lizard creature, because that's not how you order a jar of pickles. They're putting chemicals in the water that makes the frogs gay.
Anyways, for that reason, I used to support Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump both, and I was kind of neutral about the election. But now
but now we got Biden as our new president. Well, John Trump is crazy as hell. I'm pretty sure he listens to Alex Jones all the time and has become paranoid because of it.
She has chosen a Jesuit for a vice president. I oppose.
I think Donald Trump is more of a Jesuit than Hillary.
And the
I don't know.
News is I've been watching.
I know no. Donald Trump is actually the vessel of an alien warlord that goes around multiple planets and enslaving humans and causing genocide everywhere he goes. That's basically what Donald Trump is. He's an alien warlord who enslaves humans and causes death and genocide on every planet he invades. I don't know. That's going to be the mythos for that part. And Joe Biden is an out-of-place super soldier from the 1940s a time-displaced super soldier from the 1940s who went back in time to live his best life.
And I can tell the first day it appeared that Bernie Sanders was being extorted into endorsing Hillary Clinton. When I looked at him, he was really tired and nervous, like the Jesuits had put a gun to his head and wrote his speech and told him exactly what to say, and they probably threatened to harm him and or his family if he wouldn't agree to their agenda. So I think that explains Bernie Sanders' endorsement of Hillary Clinton. And most of the speeches look like they were written by Zach Knight himself. And Hillary Clinton, this new Hillary Clinton that I'm seeing is a disaster. You may say, well, what about Benghazi and all that stuff? Well, I believe that the Benghazi incident was done by the Hillary Clinton Jesuit clone. Hillary Clinton, like all politicians, has to deal with Jesuit clones. And she's been trying to promote a righteous government. And I guess the Jesuits were looking at this current election cycle and decided that they could possibly win the presidency through Hillary Clinton, but they knew that the real Hillary did not support them, so they had to murder her. I think I actually heard from her from heaven. Every now and then, Jesus will allow people, saints in heaven, to talk to me. And she seemed to tell me that. She said, Gail, yes, Gail, I was stabbed. It was horrible. She says, but I'm in heaven now, and it's really so awesome here. I have no desire to return. But I would like to say this, that book that you're writing right now on the secret history of the Jesuits is a very important book. And I'm mentioning Hillary in the book and showing how history is repeating itself right now in this presidential campaign where the Jesuit Hillary Clinton clone is running.
So does that make Joe Biden a Jesuit, or does that make Donald Trump a Jesuit clone?
Very interested in politics because their goal is worldwide domination for the Catholic Church, and they haven't changed. The way they were in the 1500s and the 1600s during the Inquisition is how they are today.
Wait a minute. Wait, just a cotton pin a minute. The Catholic Church is run by is getting an army of Jesuits? This is an argument I hate the most. This argument that Christians believe that Catholics and Christians are different No, Catholics and Christians are the same. Are part of the same branch. Catholicism is a branch of Christianity, and I really would not want to say this because we all know G-Man won't listen to me because to him I'm an atheist and a dragoon, and dragoons are one and the same. So basically, all atheists are under the control of Dragnot. Dragnot was the inventor of atheists.
Methods, their motives are the same. They still desire control. And you guys really need to check out my Twitter and Facebook pages because I'm actually, and I'm going to have a link underneath this video that'll show you some samples of my next book. I was working on a book about my Japanese ancestors, but that Hillary
What? Japanese ancestors? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh dear Lord. This is just so. This is rich. This is rich. And this is an old video. This was in 2016, around the election time. Pokemon Go to the polls.
was murdered.
Okay.
Hillary Clinton clone is running for president right now. Actually, under my conspiracy law, she's not eligible to run because I'm the American Empress. And under my conspiracy law, no Jesuit can hold public office.
I'm the Empress. Oh yeah, that's why the title of the stream is called reacts to Empress Gail and the giant burrito.
So she's not even eligible to run now that she's a Jesuit. Now that the Jesuit clone, and I've been watching the DNC, and like yesterday, it looked like there was a Bill Clinton Jesuit clone, a Bernie Sanders Jesuit clone out in the audience. And let me just tell you what I think is happening, judging by what I've heard brain to brain. I believe that
I did not have sexual relations with that girl.
my men have sacked Hillary and her Jesuit cohort, Tim Kaine. Okay, so what I've heard brain to brain is that what they're going to do is that during the election, because she's a Jesuit and not eligible to be president, if you vote for Hillary, you're actually going to be voting for Bernie Sanders. So that's what my men are going to do.
And that's why Trump won the 2016 election.
My men believe that it's probably better. My hair keeps falling on my face. This is my own haircut, by the way. I'm letting it grow out, which I think, I'm doing pretty good. Jesus told me no beautician. So I've heard that Bernie Sanders has taken Hillary Clinton's place. But you're not going to hear about this except on the Gabriel Chana Fox News channel, which is 00 on cable. And so if she does win the presidency, it will actually be Bernie Sanders get her job. And he's chosen, I forget her name, for his vice president. Somebody that Hillary Clinton was going to choose for vice president. I can't remember her name. It was a lady that he recommended for Hillary's VP pick, and I can't remember her name right now. I will be voting for Donald Trump.
And of course, she's a Trump supporter.
Simply because the Jesuits hate him so much, and you can tell.
I thought Trump was a Jesuit.
By the way the Jesuit news.
Oh wait, no. Oh wait, the Trump we saw that won the election wasn't really Trump. That was.
So I will be voting for Donald Trump. I asked Brent Spine to Brain how he feels about this.
Brent Spiner, brain to brain. Yeah, this is some Von Helden level shit, guys.
I prefer to stay out of the elections, Gail, but I would like to.
Oh, shit.
Say that I don't have a problem with you voting for Donald Trump. That's the real Brent Spiner. The Brent Spiner clone has completely taken over Brent Spiner's Twitter. It looks like all the clones of the famous men on my marriage list have completely taken over their online presence. You have to remember that Satan invented electricity, computers, and the internet, and therefore
Satan invented computers.
That's his turf. Zach Knight is his right-hand man. Zach Knight meets with Satan at least once a week, and apparently my Gale shield seems to be doing a little damage to that turf, but I don't know if Jesus would want his to totally take it over, because then it would make it appear like Jesus endorses computer technology, which he does not.
Oi! You have got that. If he doesn't endorse computer technology, then why did he get Terry Davis to create Temple OS?
So he may allow Zach Knight to retain a lot of his control over the internet. So I'm just warning you, the only place where you're going to get accurate news is the Gabriel Tana News Channel. Any place else, you're going to be looking at one of Zach Knight's clone versions of the internet, which is all lies. Like you could, if you do a search for Brent Spiner's wife on the internet, it says it's Lori McBride. He's never had willing and knowing sex with Lori McBride. When he's had it, he thought he was going into me. And Jesuits are like that. In fact, I started a book called Jesuit Empire's Secret History, and in that book, I'm showing how history is repeating itself. And I think that actually I hear thousands of books have been written about Jesuits. The Jesuits have banned these books. They do not believe in freedom of the press, freedom of speech. They try to control the educational systems of the countries they take over, so that you only hear the Jesuit version, or you only learn the Jesuit version of history. My goal in writing this book, and I got a lot of my information from this book here. This is an excellent resource, and he's got all sorts of documentation. So this is not, he's got quotes from famous politicians, from world leaders. They murdered this writer, by the way. This was put out by Chick Publications. The only problem with this book is that it's very cumbersome reading, because the writing is horrible. It's a horrible translation from the French. This was written in the French language. The translation is absolutely terrible. It's confusing, hard to read. So what I've done is basically taken this book and rewrote it with updates to how the history applies to present time, and put it into modern day English, easy. I'm a writer, okay? The big problem with this book is just
a science fiction writer.
Sentence is written in the passive tense. Anybody who's a writer knows that is the absolute worst tense to use in writing. Writing should use the active tense. So I've transposed a lot of the sentences from the passive to the active tense. I've also the writing is way too wordy. Good writing is concise, to the point, and active tense. They do use a lot of adjectives and adverbs. Some of them are quite effective, so I'm going to leave them in. I actually used my thesaurus and went and changed some of the adjectives and adverbs to a more effective.
Will her book be full of Jesuit semen? She really obsessed with cheating, eh? Well, she's not married, guys. She's not really married right now, because from what I heard, again, her after her ex-husband left her, I think Gail went to like some sort of deep psychosis, and well, she snapped. You see, Gail Schuler is the type of person that has an extremely poor grip on reality. Well, scratch that. Her grip on reality is completely out of the window. I mean, she lives day to day, and she lives most of her life in her fantasy world. And, well, the reason why people follow her is because they like to laugh at her insanity. Nope. She never came out of her psychosis. And this was in like 2016. This is some old shit. I'm just working my way up to the new shit.
Effective and accurate word, which makes the writing more useful. So what I've done is revamped this book, improved the writing. I actually read this to Brent Spiner on my wiretap phone in 2000, the whole book, but I'm not sure if he got it. The Jesuits may have tampered with my wiretap, but I think the world needs to know the information that's in this book. And it's factual. It's the true history of the Jesuits. It starts off talking about Ignatius de Loyola, what motivated him to become a Jesuit, and how he set up the order. It's actually a criminal organization who will do anything and everything to set up power for the Roman Catholic Church. And just go ahead and check the sample underneath this. I also heard from Barack Obama from heaven, I believe. And he said, Gail, you have to write that book. My legacy has been ruined.
You have won nothing.
And as you know, Gail.
Yep. Yep, you're right, Jonathan Green. She made her own life of fan fiction. She's living in her own fan fiction. So she is like Von Helton in a way. But she's like, I'm probably going to get some flack for this. She's also like Chris Chan with her beliefs that in fictional worlds, like right now, Chris believes that he's in his fantasy world of Quickville where he's fighting evil villains and shit. It's basically, and this is why I cover some these weird peoples, because these are some people that are so invested in their fantasies that they can't differentiate between fiction and reality. Why do you think I do videos on Shanny and Rev? Why do you think I do videos on, well, Lucas Winter? Why do you think I do videos on Chris Chan? Because these are the type of people who would rather live in their own fictional world than take responsibility for their own actions.
United States, and that's been trashed now that they've murdered me. And she says, Hillary from heaven actually encouraged me to vote for Donald Trump. She said, I do not want my clone to become president because it will trash everything that I believed in, that I read, the reason I wanted to become president. So the real Hillary in heaven seemed to ask me to vote for Donald Trump just to try to keep her clone from ruining her legacy. And Barack Obama in heaven is upset because his legacy's been ruined by the Barack Obama automaton. Jesus gave us a Barack Obama automaton when Barack Obama was murdered in 2012. But the Jesuits have messed with that automaton, and he's basically, about half the times, he does what the Jesuits want now. Jesuits can mess with anything that has to do with computer technology. So this is an update. Got to report sad news that I believe the murder, Hillary was murdered about 2 weeks ago. And it seems like it's true because, I mean, look at the way she's behaving right now, like a typical Jesuit. And she just, anyways, you guys, check my Facebook page, my Twitter. I want to get this done by the end of August, the paperback and the Kindle. Then I hope to have an audiobook on the improvement to this around October, right before the elections.
Crash, you don't want to live in a fantasy world. Trust me, it's not fun. I mean, look at Von Helton. Look at this woman. Look at Shanny. It's not the type of life you want to live. I suggest you live your best life and be glad that you're not this type of person.
I am putting a lot of this out for free to the public in the sample because this needs to go out now. People need to know.
I wonder if anyone bought her books. I wonder if anyone read her books, because it kind of sounds like some weird, bizarre, dystopian future science fiction novel that came from the mind of a woman who has an overactive imagination. I mean, I'm pretty sure she must have gotten some recognition from her books. Oh yeah, she was featured on The Drunken Peasants. And I think they mocked her or made fun of her for that. Take a look at that segment.
Know this now, because the information in this book.
Yes, that's a swastika.
Wisdom.
Yes, that is a swastika. Crash. Exactly. Exactly, Jonathan Green. Bad. Von Helton can't say the same, because he's living most of his life in a fantasy world. Even though it's because we all know about his paganism, his false paganism. He just needs to go into Scientology.
About how to handle the presidential election. So that's the update. I'm working very hard on this book. I've set a deadline. So
Yeah. You see, she believes that Jesuits are like this, they're basically like Nazi, the precursor to the Nazi movement. That's why there's a swastika there, because of I don't know about that whole swastika thing. Well, why she put a swastika on the cover? Maybe it's a symbolism for Jesuits being the precursor to Nazis, which doesn't really make sense to me, because wasn't Hitler like a Christian? I mean, G-Man says he's an atheist, but G-Man's a bull-faced liar. He'll make up shit because it makes him feel important. And I don't think the Nazis were part of the Roman Catholic Church.
To do so many pages every day. This book is very important. We must not let Hillary become president. She is a Jesuit. Hillary was murdered. It's her clone in her place right now.
So does that mean that the Donald Trump that lost the election, is a clone? So who's the glow-in-the-dark person? All right, now let's take a look at something that I wanted to. This will be the one that I was talking about. That I wanted to talk about. I've been saving up for this for these videos, because this is the one that's gonna bring down the house. Mental retardation epidemic. Obese women's fart toxic. You'll find out what that means.
Zach Knight, the Jesuit leader, he's found a way to sabotage my orgasm with Brent Spiner. And I'm mad at him, but I get there eventually. It's strange because I find Brent so exciting, and I can't wait to have sex with him.
Now you know why I chose to do these videos. It's because it's so freaking hilarious. Especially when she's talking about having sex with Brent Spiner. Brent Spiner. I know. Maybe. And maybe that.
And then When I jump into bed and begin the sex, the sexual excitement feeling diminishes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh dear Lord.
It has nothing to do with Brent. It's some sort of computer satellite technology. Zach loves to interfere with my sex with my husband.
The reason why I'm laughing is because it's just so freaking hilarious that she believes this shit.
It's telepathic sex that I have with him, but it keeps Brent and I going until
telepathic sex, folks.
Until we can marry like a regular married couple. Jesus knows.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
All about this. You know, he's told me that in the millennium when Brent and I are married, that Zach will never be able to interfere with my orgasms ever again. All our orgasms are going to be awesome in the millennium. Zach Knight, who is Satan incarnate. Satan can come in and out of him at will. And
what the? And they got rid of the dates on the uploads? That sucks.
And because Satan invented the computer, he's able to snoop on my private correspondence, and he posts it publicly out of context. I would like to state,
yes, Jonathan. Computer satellite are causing interference patterns in her telepathic sex with Brent Spiner.
Just stuff, private matters that he's putting up at Crazy Gail. That there's nothing wrong with a wife trying to accommodate her husband's penis for sex. And now let's get on to the really important issue here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You have to be this level of crazy to actually say this shit on YouTube. You gotta be completely mental to actually believe what you're saying.
You know, once any woman reaches...
I thought this was a troll. I thought this was someone who's just saying stupid things just to get attention. But then I've heard that she was, well, I don't know if she was a mental patient, but she had like some sort of psychosis. And I'm probably gonna recommend some classic Gail Schuler to the Geek Room. You know, just to counterbalance the craziness that's going on there. You know, just for some nostalgic purposes. I mean, they've got old recycled clips from Cooking with Hoarders. Maybe they should add in some Gail.
300 pounds, their farts become toxic. Obese men don't have the same farts as women.
Yeah. Now, especially this clip. When I'm done with this stream, which I'll be done with because it's almost an hour long. Of course. But this part is where I wanted to talk about because it could relate to why Rev is so fucking stupid.
And their farts, though disgusting, are not toxic.
Yeah. Obese men's farts are not toxic. So I'm pretty sure most of the Geek Room members, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to call these guys, I'm not calling you guys obese. But Shani, on the other hand, from what I hear, Shani's farts are toxic.
And because of the obesity epidemic and because of our new laws that require obese people who weigh over 300 pounds to wear a butt plug,
Shani didn't get that memo, and neither did Chantel Marie.
To prevent them from releasing their toxic and explosive farts.
Yeah. Shani didn't get the memo that she's supposed to wear a butt plug. And yeah, Chantel Marie was supposed to wear a butt plug too.
A lot of obese women are exploding. Their farts can start fires.
Oh man. Rev, listen to Gail. You have to get Shani a butt plug or she's gonna burn the house down.
The fire at the West Texas fertilizer plant was ignited because obese Ludmila Putin let out a fart there. She did it on purpose too. These obese women's deadly farts contain toxic gases that can cause mental retardation. So right now we
that part. Let me play that part.
Too. These obese women's deadly farts contain toxic gases that can cause mental retardation.
You hear that, Rev? Stop pumping Shani's fart. You're going to get fully retarded once you keep pumping her farts. Get her a butt plug while you're at it. Please, for the love of God. If you want to save whatever's left of your brain cells, get Shani a butt plug.
So right now we are experiencing an epidemic of mental retardation. People who breathe in the fumes from these farts because these obese women are not able to make it to their canisters in time to let out their farts. These people are getting injured, they're dying, and a lot of them are becoming mentally retarded.
Now you see why I wanted to react to this video because of this way of thinking. So let me get this straight. Fat chicks farting will cause people to be retarded? Well, that explains Rev.
These women explode because they're forced to use these butt plugs, so the gas just builds up in them and explodes. And this is because of the new anti-fart laws that we just put into play.
Jonathan Green said, Rev is going to need to install an industrial vent in that apartment to safely read out Shani's farts. Better yet, send it to Drag, Geek Room, and Toast. Oh, I think the Geek Room will probably benefit from this. I don't think Drag cares about Gail, and I doubt Burnt Toast is going to do like a... Because this is really old, by the way. This is a really old video. It's probably like around, I don't know. Let me check the thingy. Seven years ago. 7 years ago. And there's a silverfish on my laptop. I'm glad someone decided to cover this controversial topic. It's important that people who are over it realize the danger they pose to others, including themselves.
Because they can't make it in time to the machine that we've developed to store their toxic fart gas. You know,
might as well take the clip of Chantel Marie farting and put a warning about I'm thinking about doing like a cringe stream on Chantel Marie one of these days. You know, those yuck bang streams that people kept talking about?
So And a problem that we're having right now with the machines that we're using is that there isn't a safe way to neutralize the gas. So I said,
if Rev would have seen this, it could have saved his life. Yes, it would have saved his life if Rev saw this.
Suggested to Brent that we ship these canisters like rockets into outer space when they're full.
Yeah, Rev, you might as well put like a canister in Shana's ass so that when she farts, you can just throw it to the space.
But obese women are still exploding everywhere right now, and we need government support for more canisters for these women.
Oh my God. And the silverfish lives.
Because there are so many of these women out there that are very obese women. You know, about 50% of the United States is obese. And then from that pool, there are a growing number of people that are exceeding 300 pounds. It's almost the same in England. The problem is becoming worldwide.
In England? Oh, so England has issues of farting fat women?
Wide. And because so many obese women are exploding because of this new law, anti-fart law, which requires them to use fart plugs, those around them who breathe in the fumes when they explode suffer mental retardation. So now we've got a mental retardation epidemic.
Well, that explains the situation in America nowadays, because fat women are farting. That's why half the entire population in America is freaking stupid.
Tens of thousands are now mentally retarded because of these women exploding.
That explains the That explains the Republicans. Well, that explains Republicans. I mean, the right, not Republicans. The right, the far right. That explains the mentality of these far right conservative extremists.
And the number of retards is growing by the hour.
Exactly. That's why all the right wingers, the alt right, needs to get the canister so that they can prevent the farting, their fat wives farting from getting to their heads. And that goes for you too, Rev.
These obese women are always eating, and the foods they eat make them excessively gassy because of what they're eating.
Exactly, Rev. You should have heeded Gail's warning, Rev. It could have saved your life. You should have heeded the warning that Gail was trying to present.
Check out the link below this video for a picture of their favorite dish called a slinger that they pig out on.
I think I might need to look at Slinger. Oh, so that's a Slinger. So it's a burger. Burgers and fries and a chocolate milkshake. It's a Slinger.
It causes them to gain hundreds of pounds almost overnight and makes them very gassy. Until this problem is resolved, we should probably outlaw this dish or any dish that's been specifically created to exacerbate the fart problem with very obese women. It appears Jesuits...
Fuck that law! We're not going to outlaw burgers and fries to prevent women from farting, especially obese women. You trying to get rid of burgers and fries and a chocolate shake? Fuck that!
Chefs concocted this recipe on purpose.
Let me hear what she has.
Dish that's been specifically created to exacerbate the fart problem with very obese women. It appears Jesuit chefs
What is her obsession with Jesuits?
Concocted this recipe on purpose to cause obese women to produce gas, and we do not need that right now. When they pig out on this dish, they gain hundreds of pounds almost overnight. Their extreme weight gain could also be partly due to their genetics. I will concede that, but that's not.
That is true. It's probably because of their genetics or because of their unwillingness to exercise.
That's the only factor. And I'm going to be going into the genetics problem too. You know, I blame Zach Knight if it's due to genetics.
Well, she explained earlier that obese men's farts are not as toxic as obese women's farts, Crash. They don't produce the exact same methane that causes mental retardation.
Because
that explains Rev.
Many of these women are clones he's created in his laboratories.
Are you telling me that the Shanny we knew is a clone created by Zach White or Zach Knight, whatever the fuck his name is? Zach's Knight. Are you saying that Shanny is a clone created by Zach Knight in his laboratory, a Jesuit clone?
So that he can have fun watching them explode. But it's not funny because when they explode, they kill and injure people and themselves.
Well, we might need to isolate Shanny from the rest of the world so that and get Zach out of there because he needs to be saved. We can leave Rev in there, but we need to isolate and contain Shanny. I think the SCP Foundation needs to intervene and bring in Shanny and put her in like an isolated chamber with Rev. I mean, Rev's already sowed his own poison, so there's no hope saving him.
Causing a mental retard epidemic. Zach Knight needs to be arrested as a terrorist because he creates.
I know. There's more than one holy hell. We're screwed.
Babies in his cloning labs who are genetically programmed to become terrorists.
Oh my god. I don't know whether or not she actually believes in this shit. I know that she's fucking insane. And it's funny to laugh at because
we really need to make it illegal to create these baby clones and who are programmed to be terrorists. For instance, all of the Jesuit Laurie McBride clones out there are going on a rampage right now, setting wildfires all over the country. She's done it in Russia. She's done it in the United States. I don't know if she's doing it in Russia now, but she has in the past. She was created to be this way. Creation of a terrorist using criminal science should be considered
criminal science. I know. She'll need a double room. Why don't they harvest Shanny's farts as a new fuel source? Because that's the thing. The fumes from Shanny's farts will create mentally retarded people. That's why we gotta isolate her so that her farts won't make the entire population mentally retarded. Because that's what's happening with Rev.
An act of terrorism. Creation of babies who are genetically programmed to become terrorists should be considered terrorism. We need laws that outlaw the creation of terrorists.
I can get behind that one. We need outlaws we need laws to outlaw terrorism. Oh wait, we already do have that. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is funny as hell.
In clone babies, which is something Jesuit leader Zach Knight specializes in. We need to make it against the law to create cloned babies who are programmed to be terrorists.
Exactly. Yeah, the lead. I think Shandy's farts are filled with lead.
A terrorist should be defined under the law as any person who willingly and knowingly uses murder, injury, computer satellite-induced illnesses, scientific technology like cloning, computer satellite, weather manipulation, all these tornadoes. They've been.
This is something Von Helton would say, right? Can you imagine Von Helton saying something this stupid? Maybe he's been huffing some farts in his day. Or maybe he's been huffing lead paint in his day.
That's Zach Knight. Extortion, defamation, who uses extortion, defamation, character assassination, invasion of privacy, theft, including identity theft, in order to directly or indirectly promote or support an organization, which is usually political or religious, that believes in elimination and murder of those who oppose their terrorism. And the reason they're terrorists is because they find that's an effective way to set up a worldwide dictatorship, which is the goal of the Jesuit order.
So, are you saying that, the Geek Room are Jesuit priests coming to spread the word of newfound ideology? Is that what I'm getting at? I'm just kidding. No. But I would like to send this video to Frank and the guys from the Geek Room just to see what they thought of it, because I'm pretty sure Frank and the guys in the Geek Room covered Gail. I don't know if they did, but I'm pretty sure they did cover Gail. And we've mentioned Gail, and I think they've mentioned Gail. Well, some people mentioned Gail. Because I remember someone, when I was in Drag Stream, we mentioned Gail Schuler, and I was like, I remember, I learned about Gail Schuler from Dead Wing Dork.
They want the Roman Catholic Church to be the worldwide religion and the Jesuit Pope the worldwide leader.
The Roman Catholic Church is taking over the world. Set forth Armageddon, the final conflict. Nazarene has won nothing.
And those who endorse this terrorism, it needs to be against the law that they harm those whom they perceive as obstacles to their terrorism, or if they use these terrorist methods to enlist people to become one of them. Like Zach Knight using his Jesuits to pollute my air today with pollen and mold.
Oh, she must have a hateful grudge against Zach Knight. I don't even know who the fuck Zach Knight is, but I'm gonna see if I can Google his name to get some results on who the fuck Zach Knight is. Oh, sorry. Zach Knight is a singer? What? A British singer-songwriter, music composer, and producer. A South Asian heritage, including Pakistani Punjabi, South Asian African heritage. So, some Punjabi singer is creating an army of Jesuit soldiers to ruin Gail's life.
Put him under lie detection and ask him if he has anything to do with it. I'm sure he's behind it. In order to give.
So I'm getting that Zach Knight is some Punjabi singer from a British Punjabi singer. So she's got a grudge against someone who's a singer. Or maybe it's a different Zach Knight. it's probably a different Zach Knight because I googled Zach Knight's name and the result came up some singer, some British Punjabi singer.
Give me a headache because he considers me a prime obstacle to the ability of the Jesuits to carry out their terrorism. The polluting of my air is a form of terrorism. Creating babies in laboratories who can grow up into obese terrorist women in months, they can do it within months using accelerated growth hormones, or using brain control or genetics on obese women to give them deadly farts or explosions is terrorism. We need to treat these terrorists as terrorists under international law and arrest and punish them as terrorists under international law. We need to
Jesuit priests.
Make the thin privilege organization comprise.
Okay, I'm going to Google Jesuits because this is funny as hell. All right. Jesuits. The Society of Jesus is a religious order of the Catholic Church headquartered in Rome. It was founded by Ignatius of Loyola and 6 companions with the approval of Pope Paul III in 1540. The members are Jesuits. The society is engaged in evangelization and apostolic ministries in 112 nations. Okay, so what did the Jesuits ever do to Gail is beyond me.
Of very obese women who use terrorism to support their goals, a terrorist organization. So that all members of the thin privilege organization, as well as any scientists or persons who directly or indirectly promote this organization, either by creating clones who will end up as members of this organization, or by giving aid or support to the thin privilege.
I think she confused Jesuits for Scientologists.
Terrorists will be arrested as terrorists.
Yeah, she pretty much is a woman who sleeps around. Maybe that explains why her first marriage failed.
Once a woman reaches 300 pounds, her farts become deadly, regardless of what we do. So it's important, or what they do.
Oh dear.
Once they reach 300 pounds, no matter what, even if they change their diet or anything, it doesn't matter. Their farts are deadly. So it's important to have laws to address the obesity epidemic. We must make it a law that when someone approaches 300 pounds, they must lose weight and go on a government-sponsored diet plan.
Hear that, Shani? Your farts are causing people to be mentally retarded. That explains why your son is failing school. Because he has to huff your foul odor.
If they fail to cooperate with us in this, then it should be a violation of
Exactly.
the law for public safety. Until and if these women...
Exactly. It sounds like something Scientologists would say. Sounds like something Tom Cruise would have believed when he was still part of the Scientology order.
Lose weight to the point that their farts are no longer deadly, they must wear the butt plugs to stop the farts from coming out and have access to a canister within easy reach of them that they can safely
And why
fart.
one is missing? Well, one is missing. The reason why one is missing is because he decided to escape the hellhole that he is put in. That's why he's not in the picture. He escaped to freedom.
We need more canisters. These women right now have to walk miles to reach a canister, and many of them don't make it, and they explode, and releasing toxic fart gas, which causes mental retardation to those who inhale it. Also, these explosions kill and injure people as well.
I've seen it. It injured Rev's brain and it Rev to have. Yeah, Shandy's farts were the cause of Rev's busted lip.
huge canisters of explosive fart gas sitting around that could also be a potential security threat. And I have suggested to Brent Spiner that we create rockets that will carry these canisters to outer space, where they will disintegrate, releasing their toxic gases into outer space. There's no oxygen out there. That way they can't catch fire, because fart gas catches fire. So that's something we have to think about. Again, a lot of these obese women are not making it to the canisters in time, because they've got to travel many miles to fart, and their farts are deadly. We need more canisters.
Jonathan Green, drag is one of... Watch out, drag! Jonathan Green is sending his agents at you.
Funding, so we need government support. We're responding as quickly as possible, but there are just so many obese women out there, and we have limited resources here at Church of Gail, and we need the government to step in. Perhaps we can clone millions of these empty canisters all at once for these women to fart in. I don't know what to suggest. We need more of them. These women are still exploding, resulting in a mental retardation epidemic. Tens of thousands. We have got tens of thousands of mentally retarded people that have been...
That explains Honey Boo Boo.
Created like within the past week, just from these obese women exploding. So we really need to address this problem. It's a very, very serious.
Oh dear Jesus. Are you all enlightened? Are you all enlightened by... And oh, here is something you might want to look at. And you thought... Now, a lot of you are talking about how Nuka Zeus is basically making a mockery of himself by having his pigment alterations with those melanin injections. If you thought Nuka Zeus was bad, you should see Gail's hood mentality.
The hood mentality is a crippling disease that attacks your nervous system. It makes you nervous of the system.
Did he get... Oh, for the love of God. Don't tell me she got the voice of Spawn. He's using the whole...
Gangsters and hood rats are especially susceptible to this growth-stunting mentality.
And you thought Nuka Zeus was bad at blackface. You should see this woman.
The hood is where I'm from, but it's not what I am.
She's cutting up Capital One cards. That's a disrespect.
The hood is where I'm from.
By the way, if you want to get rid of an old credit card, the best way to destroy old credit card is to burn it.
But it's not what I am. If you don't want to shake that hood mentality, how the fuck we supposed to change our reality? If you don't want to shake that hood mentality, how the fuck we supposed to change our reality? If you don't want to shake that hood mentality, how the...
Yes, Crash, that's Blackface Gail. And this was before Nuka Zeus came to the scene.
Supposed to change our reality. If you don't want to shake that hood mentality, how the fuck we supposed to change our reality?
And I'm probably gonna get a copyright strike because of the song, but it's okay because she's singing over it. But it's okay, she's singing over it. Yeah, pretty much. Or, yeah, pretty much. hood mentality. So Gail's hood mentality is comprised of her cutting up credit cards.
Guys,
Give money, spend money, no money. Looking like a dummy. I really don't give a fuck.
At least she's singing over the words. That way I don't get a copyright strike. Oh my god. I decided this is going to be the best video to close off because it's funny as hell.
Money ain't my fucking money. Got a pocket full of money. Come on home and throw it out. Give money, spend money.
Yes, she is, Theo. She is. I mean, well, technically, Chris Chan did do like blackface. He was trying to cosplay Mr. Popo for Jackie, for one of his gal pals. He tried to do a cosplay of Mr. Popo, which is basically the epitome of blackface. So Nuka Zeus looks like he's doing hood Mr. Popo.
Money, no money. Looking like a dummy. I really don't give a fuck. Your money ain't my fucking money. Got a pocket full of money. Come on home and throw it out. Niggas brag about what we got, but we don't own a skyscraper. Now that's painful. One generation from slums. Happy for these little crumbs. You little bums. We saw you. You always talking about fucking car or truck. You always talking about some fucking.
At least, I gotta admit, at least she's got bars better than G-Man. At least she can rap better than G-Man. Oh my god, I'm going to hell. Oh wait, no, I'm already in hell.
Rims or interior, that kind of shit will keep it as trying to eat tomorrow, trying to hear about the little bit of shit you bought. Saw your little bitty house on cribs where you fuck your wife and feed your kids and make up be quiet. Ain't shit private.
Most of it is just her with a fake black. She just painted her face and not her arms. It looks more like shoe polish. Or like, yeah, it looks like shoe polish.
Everything for sale. You can buy. All this self-snitching, all this self-telling. Motherfuckers going back to the watermelon. Get money, spend money, no money. Looking like a dummy. I really don't give a fuck. Your money ain't my fucking money. Got a pocket full of money. Come on home and throw it out. Get money, spend money, no money. Looking like a dummy. I really don't give a fuck. Your money ain't my fucking money. Got a pocket full of money. Come on home and throw it out. Get money, spend money, no money. Looking like a dummy. I
Yeah. She is very tone deaf.
really don't give a fuck. Your money ain't my fucking money. Got a pocket full of money. Come on home and throw it out. Get money, spend money, no money. Looking like a dummy. I really don't give a fuck. Your money ain't my fucking money. Got a pocket full of money. Come on home and throw.
What the fuck was that? Something I never thought I would need to see. All right. I thought that was going to be it, but I just fucked up. And lied. And said, nope! There's still more shit. There's still one more video. Something that, well, is the final of the evening.
Okay, folks, I want you to take a good look at this woman. Her name is Angelina Ballerina, and she is right now the ruler of a resurrected Jesuit order. About a week ago, we destroyed the Jesuit order. If you go to Gabriel Chana, gabrielchana.com/foxnews.html, I'll have a link for that underneath this page. You can get all the latest on how they shot a super Nukkake to the earth, which then ricocheted back into deep space and took out the entire space fleet. But the brain-to-brain communications in the past couple days has been interfered with, and This is okay, let me just go ahead. I just want you to get a good look. This is the woman who is now the head of the Jesuit, a resurrected Jesuit order. She's very evil.
that looks like one of those stock footage pictures that you would find on like one of those spirit. That looks like a picture you find on Spirit Halloween ads or on eBay ads.
If you see her, run for your life if you can. She's got extraordinary brain control powers, and right now she has got Matthew McConaughey and Gerard Butler under brain control, and she's having sex with them, and I hear it's happening on the Gabrielle Chana Fox News Channel.
Oh dear Lord. Yeah. I'm hinting at jealousy.
So I'm making this video to try to break. I notice whenever I go online or post something, I strengthen the Gail shield, and that helps Gabrielle Chana Fox News to resist her more. So that's one of the reasons I'm making this video. Okay, I hope this is working. All right, well, what happened was I'm wearing a tinfoil hat, which I recommend.
I knew it! There it is! Tinfoil hat! Finally! But she's not doing it right. You have to have the... But she did it wrong. You have to have the little pointy up. The little tip.
Make sure that everybody is following the Gail commandments. I'm going to have a link underneath that. Jesus did show up to rescue us from Angelina Ballerina. What happened was that she managed to free all of our prisoners from Church of Gail prison. And while Zach Knight what happened was Zach Knight and the Jesuits with Rule 13 and Angelina Ballerina and all the Jesuits, they all died in a battle. What happened was they sent a super Nukaki to Earth, and then it ricocheted back to the Jesuit space fleet, which was out there in Satan's ocean and deep space. And
Satan's ocean. Yep. Yep, this is going to be the video I'm going to end it on.
Started drowning in their own semen.
No!
And then Zach Knight went out to rescue Rule 13. And in the process, he got put in a bubble. So he's alive out there in a bubble, but he can do nothing. He's stuck out there.
So he stopped thinking.
But when he rescued Rule 13 tried to drag Angelina Ballerina with her because they were going to go into Zach Knight's bubble and try to rescue Zach Knight. And Angelina Ballerina, she kicked Rule 13 and sat.
Does she have a pancake on her head? No, that's supposed to be her tinfoil hat.
Sabotage, tricked Rule 13 and went in to go with Zach Knight herself. And I'm not exactly sure what happened after that, but Rule 13 when Angelina Ballerina kicked away Rule 13's space pod escaped out of the semen, and my men were able to rescue Rule 13 and put her in sick bay. So Rule 13 right now is on Church of Gail, recovering from having swallowed a lot of semen and everything. She died, and then Zach Knight was able to resurrect her. But unfortunately, while Zach Knight was trying to rescue Rule 13, he also inadvertently rescued Angelina Ballerina. So Angelina Ballerina now has returned to Earth, and she seduced Pope Francis and raped him. And she's found a way to defeat the Gail shield. And while my men were Skyping with me, because they noticed that the brain-to-brain communications between me and them didn't seem quite right, because I wasn't getting the latest news for the past couple days. because I didn't know about Angelina Ballerina. I thought that Pope Francis had surrendered and that George Soros was now the head of the Jesuit order. And what really happened is that Angelina is in charge, and her goal is to get every man on my marriage now with Matthew McConaughey and Gerard Butler. So I'm hoping that my
Does brain to brain. Did someone do electric shock on her at some point in her life? No, I guess, no one did anything to her. That's just her being completely mental because, again, I have to keep bringing this up. She fell into a deep psychosis after her first husband left her. After her first and only husband left her. Sorry. Well, how many husbands does she have? If you're counting the fictitious husbands, the ones that she believes she has, there's Brett Spiner, Matthew McConaughey, Hugh Jackman, Gerard Butler. I think that's just about it. Four husbands in her mind. She sounds like someone with frontal lobe damage. Exactly. She does. She does like frontal lobe damage. I believe she does have like brain damage, and I think it's probably caused by some traumatic incident from her childhood, which probably would explain why she sounds like this and still sounds like this.
By making this, and Jesus did show, and what she did then was Angelina, when she realized that I was onto her, and I started showing my dildo. I put aluminum foil. This is the dildo my men.
Oh, damn! Now I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna guess. God damn! Look at that thing.
Gave me. I put.
Yeah, look at that thing. She's claiming like 4. I know, right? But did you see the dildo? It's fun. Yeah, it is funny. And so, did you see the size? I mean, god damn, that thing is huge.
Put aluminum foil on this, and I started praying and asking Jesus to bring her down and to since I said if we can't stop her from having sex with one man, give her poison semen, or because right now it's like, so my men, she was going to come here to Florida to try to attack me, and she showed up at the airport. And
hold on, I'm gonna look up Angelina Ballerina. It's probably like a kid's show. Hold on, Angelina Ballerina. Oh shit. Oh, it's a cartoon. Oh, it's a freaking cartoon. I forgot. Oh my god. And so Angelina Ballerina is a cartoon mouse from a PBS show. Oh, hey, old bat. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm getting that Angelina Ballerina, that the woman in the picture she was referring to wasn't, it's just a costume that someone was wearing, like a model was wearing a costume. But Angelina Ballerina is this cartoon mouse.
Started blowing up.
So she's saying that a cartoon mouse is the leader of the new leader of the Jesuits. So I'm guessing that Angelina Ballerina, a cartoon mouse, is the leader of the Jesuits now. And this was in like 2016. Like I said, I'm going back to the old shit because they're funny.
Stores in my town and killing some people at the airport, and she was going to have for me. And
Yes.
Jesus said if she talked to me that she would have had, I guess, lesbian sex with me, and I would have loved it. So she's got to.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. It's just. Oh my god. This is completely insane.
Extraordinary brain control, and we need our nanotechnology, any scientists out there
Nano machine,
that
son.
can help come up
Yeah, get Bill Nye on that shit.
with a way maybe to put, if we can't stop her from having sex with our men, maybe we can make it so that when they put their semen into her, it's toxic semen and it will kill her. I was praying to that end while Gerard and Matthew were having sex with her, and it didn't work. We asked Jesus rescued us from her. He actually showed up in the form of a penis. And
What? Oh my god. This is just so hilariously funny.
and kicked her away because Jesus said if he didn't, I would have been in big trouble. But in that he left and said we could handle this on our own.
Why is this? Well, it's because this is old. That's why. Why is no one covering this? Well, it's because it's old. But then again, the Geek Room covers like shit from Cooking with Hoarders, which is 10 year, which is like a decade old, which is like one of those decade old videos. So, speaking of shitty cooking, I'm going to be covering Kate's Kitchen in a future stream. If you don't know who that is, she's basically like what? She is a terrible cook who doesn't know how to cook right, who didn't know how to cook rice, and makes unappetizing meals that she feeds to her elder son, her adult son. And I'll be covering Kate's cooking in a future stream.
My guess is that my Gale shield needs to be strengthened. And I'm obeying the Gale commandments, and I believe my men are obeying the Gale commandments. But
This woman made her own religion based on her beliefs. Oh, don't worry, Crash. I'll be covering. Don't worry, Crash. I'll let you know who that is because I'm gonna be covering that in a future video, and you're gonna want to bring a barf bag to that because it's gonna be disgusting to watch raw rice being cooked with chopped garlic.
we need all of you out there to obey the Gale commandments to make the Gale shield stronger so we can defeat Angelina Ballerina. Okay? So I'm begging you, and I'm begging all of you, go read my Gale commandments and obey those. If any of you out there are not obeying the Gale commandments, start obeying them now. She's able to overcome the Gale shield.
The Gale commandments. Oh my god. Yes, I'm definitely gonna have to recommend this channel to Frank in the Geek Room just for future, just to like do for like just for a laugh.
We've got to make the Gale shield stronger so we can defeat her. And I find when I post a YouTube video, it makes it stronger. So I'm going to do that. So right now, Angelina Ballerina. If I said Jolie, that's her brain control on me. Angelina Ballerina, I've got a picture of her, is in charge of a resurrected Jesuit order.
A cartoon mouse is in charge of a Jesuit order. Just to let you know, just to let you folks.
Jesus
And
said
this was
she's much more evil than Zach Knight. Rule 13.
Zach Knight, a British Punjabi musician.
He said that Angelina Ballerina is very, very evil.
Rule 13.
Zach Knight looked like a saint, and he was bad. So even Jesus said that she's bad. So please, everybody, if you're not obeying the Gail commandments, read it, start obeying it, or you could be her next victim.
Yeah, folks. Old bat, she's got dozens. Looks like she. Oh my god. This woman looks like she has extra chromosomes. Even Jesus was as vain as she is. Old bat, she's got dozens.
Her goal is to get every man on earth to want to have sex with her. And she's trying to get all the men on marriage list she's already got. So the Jesuit order has been destroyed, but Angelina Ballerina has resurrected it. Zach Knight and the UFO aliens are out there in space bubbles. And they like I said, they shot a super new cocky to Earth. Ricochet went by Gail Shield caused it to ricochet and go back towards them, and then it drowned them all out. But
you know what? Would you ever create like a religion based on Legos? That's my question. I'm not saying she's ever, but you think it'd be funny if someone like created made YouTube videos based on a religion based on a discontinued Lego franchise? Do you think that'd be funny?
But Angelina and Rule 13 survived. I'll explain. Rule 13 is with us at Church of Gail.
Tell that to furries.
Angelina is evil. She's in charge.
Tell that to the furry fandom.
If you see
Tell that to that musician who talked about getting his rocks onto that female deer from the old claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cartoon.
If you can take her out, if any scientists out there can come up with a way to come up with toxic semen, if we can't stop her from raping our men and using
use decon. Use decon if you want to get rid of Angelina Ballerina.
Control on them. Maybe we can turn the semen into poison.
Yeah. Lace semen with decon. That kills mice instantly.
I don't know. We could make it poison on her and not poison on my men. Maybe come up with a way to make the semen so that it will be poison on her, but not poison on my men, which is what I was praying. And Jesus said that me and my men can handle this. But any of you out there, if you're not able to do it. The Gail Shield needs to get stronger. So
the bionicle shield needs to get stronger.
Any scientists out there, if you can come up with a way to defeat Angelina, it's gailsmen@yahoo.com. That's email gailsmen@yahoo.com. Everybody out there. And I also want to I covet the prayers of every Bible-believing Christian out there that God will give us wisdom on how to defeat Angelina. So we have not defeated the Jesuit order yet, even though they were all destroyed out there, because they've been resurrected with a new leader who is like 100 times more evil than Zach Knight was. And she came here to my town, to Melbourne. She started blowing up some stores because men were going into the stores to buy dildos, I guess, to have sex with her or sex. And she can take over your mind. It's a form of brain control, like what Laurie McBride did to Brent Spiner.
Laurie McBride.
Where Brent thought he was going into She's got very powerful brain control. And it appears my sister
Angelina from Jersey.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's funny.
I think she's out of prison. So, but anyway.
Obey the bionic order. Each set so separately.
Because they went to Church of Gail prison and she wasn't there. So I have an evil sister. I don't know what's going on with her, but we need to get Angelina Ballerina under control.
We need to get Makuta out.
News. I suggest everybody start wearing a tinfoil hat, especially if you go online or do anything with electronics. Make sure you're taking your Seroquel.
Your Seroquel.
Gail Commandments of Scientists.
Make sure you're taking your Seroquel. You've been taking a little too much Seroquel, Gail.
This woman. Lord, did I leave anything out? Basically, if you want all the details, go to the Gabriel China Fox News Channel site, and I'll have the link for that underneath.
I don't think that site's up anymore. Anyway, I'm going to take a look at the recent stupidity, the recent insanity of Gail. I was sitting up to the now. We're going to finish off with some of the recent. Yes. Now this was from November 26, 2020. On Thanksgiving. This was on Thanksgiving of this year, by the way. This one was uploaded on Thanksgiving of this year.
Look at these earrings that Brent Spiner got me. They're sterling silver with a rhodium finish, so they don't tarnish. Aren't they pretty? Yeah, these are from Brent Spiner. He got them for me. I'm going to be reading you a letter that Brent Spiner wrote me about John.
Oh, did you guys watch the children's book Gail put out involving Ada? What the hell is that going to do for you for not? Other than yeah, because I was covering the classic Gail shit, and why? Because I wanted to prove that she still does the shit to this day.
Josh Stronach, who is one of my blind Patreon supporters. This letter was sent to me on November the 22nd, 2020. Dearest Gail, I know you are familiar with Josh Stronach, your blind patron from Australia, and be confused with Joshua J. Joshua, the homosexual patron from New York. Well, we thought your followers would be interested to know about his experience on Church of Gail since joining your $25 Patreon tier.
The
When
cat
we
spot for
first
start.
welcomed Josh aboard, we weren't quite sure.
Oh my God, Gail! Did you really have to write about poor Data's cat spot? Dude, that guy's already had emotional trauma. I mean, after he had the emotions implanted in his brain, you didn't have to go that far.
Sure what to make of such a unique specimen. Blind, disabled, and Australian.
In that order, preferably in that order.
Josh arrived not in a motorized wheelchair as we expected, but riding gallantly on the back of a female kangaroo. Arvo, he piped in Australian. Huh?
Oh, Aries, dude. That is just wrong. That is just sad for Spot, the Data's cat from Star Trek. I mean, dude, I don't think Brent Spiner would approve of that. Or Desi.
Interesting ride you have there. Is that your service animal, I asked? Yeah, Josh answered in his sleepy, thoughtful Australian accent, his palsied fingers twitching like the antenna of a praying mantis. Kind of. Kangaroos are like a Swiss Army knife for Australians.
You're supposed to do the Australian accent, Mike. Like this. That's not a knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
They're good for all sorts of things.
They're good for all sorts of things, Mike.
I see. So you use the kangaroo to get around. Since you're blind, does it also function like a seeing eye dog?
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta take a look at that. I gotta take a look at that.
It's kind of better than that. Terrance Jenkins approached us, and upon seeing the imposing marsupial, stopped abruptly in his tracks, nearly dropping his bucket of Popeye's chicken. This, by the way, was an exclusive limited edition bucket of Popeye's chicken sponsored by the Hannibal and Monty show.
Hey! Hannibal and Monty! Name drop! Name drop! We are, yes! Hannibal and Monty. Shout outs to Hannibal and Monty. You guys are the goats.
The bucket had Hannibal's face printed on it. Oh my goodness, Terrance grabbed his chest in shock. Yeah.
By the way, Hannibal and Monty should definitely take a look at some of Gail's Monty erotica. Gail, if you could, maybe you should submit some Monty erotica to. I'm saying this right now, Tara. When you see this video, be sure to take this and use this video as your inspiration for the next Monty erotica.
You got to know black people get real scared of them crazy animals, especially them big dogs and shit. I think it'd be from our old prey instincts back in the jungle.
Yeah, where is my bride? Where is my bride, Junebug? I think she's probably sleeping.
Jungle days, you know? That'd be real cool though, like Ona them pit bulls.
I'm glad she acknowledges Hannibal and Monty. Those guys are awesome. I just got done watching their shit show. I know we can find a way.
Terrance held out his fist to Josh for a fist bump. Like the snap of a firecracker, the kangaroo reacted by punching Terrance square in the balls. Terrance shouted.
Is she reading? Oh my God. Oh my God. She's obviously going to be reading Tara, you better at Monty erotica immediately.
And instantly collapsed into a breathless pile on the floor. His fallen bucket of Popeye spilled out beside him. As the bucket...
Why has it got to be Popeye's chicken? Why has it got to be Popeye's chicken, Gail? Why can't it be... I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Rolled to one side. It revealed the other half of Hannibal's face, showing him to be winking.
Yo! We all know that Gail's not, even Gail Schuler is not immune to the mahogany throat, the pumpkin spice panty dropper. Even Gail Cord Schuler cannot resist the mahogany throat of the pumpkin spice panty dropper. I keep forgetting the names that Hannibal gives Monty for the Monty eroticas.
Oh, sorry about that, mate. She's a bit of a clucky one, very protective of me, Josh panted.
It's Mike. I'm sorry, Mike. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
The kangaroo soothingly with his weird tarred hands. No drama, girl. You're right. It's just a friendly black man trying to...
The mahogany throat. The golden god. The golden god. Or whatever.
Give us a fist bump.
The Egyptian god. Or whatever. Yeah, the Egyptian god.
You're all right, girl. Oh
the
my
mahogany
God,
throat.
Terrance groaned, coughing.
The mahogany throat. You know, the pumpkin spice panty dropper she is not she is not immune to the charms of the pumpkin spice panty dropper.
And sputtering as he rocked from side to side on the ground. It's horrible. My testicles be hurting so bad. Nigga be safe. Even
Oh, damn it! God damn, Gail! You had to do it. You had to do it to them. Oh, god damn it. Whew, this is fun. This is a good stream. It's safe. And you can understand that my voice is not out of anger, but hilarious, but out of joy. Because this is funny as hell.
with a dog like that. Hugh Jackman stopped with concern as soon as he saw the commotion, then practically bounced.
She was probably when she was younger. She stays in good shape for her age. I agree. I agree, Aries. She does stay in good shape. I mean, I've seen the videos. I've seen the thumbnails of videos for when she was in a bathing suit. And I gotta admit, she does stay in good shape for her age. Can't say the same about Rain Florence, who looks all skin and bones. I think the Geek Room did. I remember when the Geek Room covered Rain Florence on the salt mine.
Bounced over to the kangaroo with boyish excitement. Creaky, he exclaimed, his manly Australian heart.
It's not creaky, it's crikey. It's not creaky, it's crikey, mate. Be the first to see the new Wolverine movie in theaters. It runs, he's got a bunch of, he's got moves, he's got them adamantium criminals down under. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the best there is at what I do, Bob.
Waiting up with nostalgia.
Hugh Jackman is in a war. Hugh Jackman is in a war. Is at war with Ryan Reynolds at this point right now. Hugh Jackman is at war with Ryan Reynolds. They're in the middle of a product war.
Sweet ride. I remember when I got my kangaroo license when I was 16. My parents bought me my first jack. I rode him right into a tree and totaled it on my first day.
She's actually reading someone's fan fiction. It's crikey. Oh my god. He's got some smooth criminals down under.
The old man was mad as a cut snake. Josh chuckled at Hugh, rocking back and forth. This is all very interesting, I noted. I guess I don't know very much about Australian culture.
I know, mate. I'm the best at what I do.
So your kangaroo can act as your vehicle, as a seeing eye service animal, and can punch like Hugh Jackman? What else can it do?
Punch like Hugh Jackman? Does it have like adamantium claw? Does the kangaroo have adamantium claws coming out of its hands? That's the question. Great. Now I'm picturing a kangaroo with Wolverine claws.
Well, Josh replied, rocking back and forth thoughtfully.
Have you ever seen a kangaroo? Have you ever seen pictures of kangaroos? They look freaking swole. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna take a look at some of this.
He used one gnarled hand to stroke his kangaroo. The Shilas, they have a nifty pouch for carrying your things, and that's where Australians store their weed and their Vegemite. It's also a nice little stuff. You can even put your wallet in there. Nobody will steal it because they don't want to get punched or kicked, yeah? Wow, I said, you know.
She's probably talking about Ron, the pound ripped kangaroo. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take this picture of Roger.
Vladimir Putin is a real animal lover and owns several exotic animals himself. He'll be real pleased to meet you and your kangaroo. Yeah? Josh replied, clicking his little insect fingers and rocking. Yep. He'll be your instructor today for combat training as a new Church of Gail recruit. Come on, let's get you down to the training deck. I decided to personally escort our new patron down to the training deck myself. After all, this was a good opportunity to get to know a new comrade. We headed to the elevator and got inside. You know, I thought out loud to Josh, I've never had a blind friend before, but I did have a friend who played one on TV. Geordie LaForge, Josh answered spot on. Yeah, LeVar Burton. I take it you're a Star Trek fan.
That's Reddick. Wish you were. Oh, you wish you were a LeVar Burton. You wish you were a LeVar Burton. Where's he? Yeah, I'm pretty sure G-Man wishes he was LeVar Burton as well.
Always was, Josh replied, his eyes drifting around the elevator blankly as he clicked his fingers. The Geordie LaForge character was born blind and wore a special visor around his eyes that gave him vision. Fun fact, that visor actually worked in real life too. Oh, Josh.
I think Josh wishes he was LeVar Burton. I can imagine that. Oh my God. You guys got to check out that Eric Andre show clip where former Fringe actor Lance Reddick came out on stage wearing the Kunta Kinte attire with the chains and the Star Trek visors. I wish I were LeVar Burton. Bongo! Where's my Onyx slave roll?
Asked curiously. Oh yeah, it was one of a kind. This
is a question I wanted to ask. Is crabs more embarrassing than AIDS?
Costume designer created it totally on accident, I chuckled. He never was able to replicate it with another one. That was when the light bulb hit my brain. Hey, I exclaimed, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Think of what? LeVar still had his visor from the show. I should text him right now and ask if he...
You wish you were a LeVar Burton. You wish you was a LeVar Burton. Where's my iconic slave roll?
And ask if he can loan it to you. He can live on Church of Gail, but he can FedEx it to us from Earth. Josh droned thoughtfully.
What speed?
How long does it take to FedEx a package to space? About a fortnight, yeah? Sooner than that, my
You gotta play Fortnite. Gail should start playing Fortnite now.
Friend, the FedEx on Church of Gail uses transporter technology to receive packages. I glanced down at my cell phone, smiled, and then tucked it away into my pocket. All right, LeVar texted me back and said he'd be more than happy to lend you his visor. Let's stop by FedEx on the way down to the training hall. You can walk into your first day on the job in style, my friend. As promised, we took a detour to the FedEx on Church of Gail. As we stepped up to the desk, our package from LeVar instantly materialized right in front of us. Josh couldn't see this, of course, but his kangaroo freaked out a little bit. I opened the box, and inside was the famous visor. Although it smelled faintly of black people smell and afro spray, the visor was well cared for and kept in mint condition. I turned to present the visor to Josh and place it over his eyes, when one last thought made me pause. You know, the first thing you see should be something very special. I reached for my front pocket to retrieve my wallet. Inside was one of Gail's infamous Playboy photos. I always keep one with me to lift my spirits and to heal my soul and body whenever we've been tormented and traumatized by Jesuit attacks. Here, I said with gentle pride, placing the visor over Josh's eyes. I held the photo in front of his newly adorned visor face. What do you see? There was silence. Josh, I asked. Josh? After a long, long pause, a single tear dropped down Josh's face from beneath the visor. My only regret is that I will never see anything else more beautiful and pure and perfect than this, he whispered softly, sniffling back tears of awe and joy. Thank you, Brent. Thank you. I smiled with pride, my chest warm. Newly upgraded with a Geordie LaForge visor, Josh and his kangaroo continued with me down to the training hall. I am happy to report that Josh successfully completed his first day of training and is getting along great with the men and your other patrons. We've built quite the merry crew. Your husband, Brent Spiner. Update. Following Josh's first day in training under Vladimir Putin, he dropped off his kangaroo at the church veterinarian to have its service checked and get a tune-up. When Josh went back to go pick it up, he reached inside the kangaroo's pouch to get his Vegemite for lunch. That's when his hand unexpectedly slipped along a thin piece of folded up paper.
Keep in mind, this woman was featured on the Drunk. Just to let you know.
It was a surprise letter from Vladimir Putin, placed inside the pouch compartment of his kangaroo. The letter read as follows. Comrade Josh.
I almost forgot. Yeah, Vladimir Putin's also one of her husbands. I forgot about Vladimir Putin. So basically 5 husbands she had in her harem of men.
Gosh, my heart is break to see you make vision with black man's
like
hair accessories. I decide to gift your large punching rat with eye upgrade. 2, so you can go on manly ride along with Vladimir and Bear. Erect and excite for Gail and your eyes, Vladimir Putin. So, my dear, I am happy to report that both Josh and his kangaroo received awesome eye upgrades. Josh is now equipped with a Geordie LaForge visor, and his kangaroo, which Josh tested out shortly after reading Vladimir's letter, has bona fide
Also, don't forget to like
eyes.
this stream.
Your husband, Brent Spiner. And then I got an email from Zach. Hey, Gail, it's Zach.
Give that like button a sexual massage.
Talking about this was a couple days ago. Josh visited the Church of Gail for the first time yesterday. He had a blast with his new visor and laser-eyed kangaroo. Him and Vladimir went out for a ride, him on his kangaroo and Vladimir on his bear. They even did target practice, shooting Vladimir's vodka bottles and soda cans with their bear and kangaroo laser eyes. Josh is a great shot for a guy that just gained the gift of sight for the first time. He keeps saying how he was so blessed that the first thing he saw was your beautiful nude body. Lori's bombs are making me cough. How for most people, the first thing they see is their mother's face, but he had a special blessing. His only regret. She's got a toxic yeast toxin in those bombs that's very irritating to the throat. Even Joshua J. Joshua on movie night was copying to the bomb.
Well, I know. Her only husband takes car batteries and recycle oil. Oh dear Lord.
He was dropping over his head. But he had a special blessing. His only regret is that nothing else he has seen or will ever see has ever been quite as beautiful and perfect. So that is the news about one of my patrons. And thank you, Josh.
It's patrons, not patrons. Then again,
for get my Patreon. He's one of my $25 supporters. If you're a $25 supporter, you get to have a special room on the Church of Gail spaceship and join in adventures with my men, as you can see. So I just wanted to read this and show off Brent Spiner's earrings to me. Aren't they beautiful? Sterling silver. He sent them to my P.O. box.
writer actually sent her earrings.
Very nice, huh? Yeah, so they look really nice on me because I look good in silver, so
Of course he does.
yeah. So thank you, Brent. I promised Brent that I would wear them every time I made a video where I showed my face. Thanks again to my patrons. Your support and encouragement has really helped me in our fight for true against the evil Jesuit order.
I knew that was gonna come up. I knew she was bring up the only $25. Yeah, I know. This is what happens when you huff glue. Only $25 to go on a freaking spaceship? Yep, pretty much, Aries.
I'm really happy to have such awesome friends, and I really like hanging out with you guys on our movie nights. So
oh my god. Oh my god. This is so. Oh my god. That is just amazing.
thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. This is a shirt that Zach Knight sent me for Halloween present. And here's my corkboard. When you send me stuff at my P.O. box and cards, I'm going to put it right up here, and you'll see it on all my videos.
Gail, Gail, Gail. Gail, 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 Gail. G-A-I-L, Gail. G-A-I-L, Gail. G-A-I-L, Gail, Gail, Gail. Gail, 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 Gail.
So now, I don't know if it's an act, but that's gonna do it for tonight's stream. Already 2 hours long. I hope you guys liked this. I hope you guys liked this video. If you want to see me do more of these videos where I cover weird people on my channel, be sure to massage that like button and subscribe to my channel. And I'll be doing more videos like this in the near future. Also, if you want to support me in other ways, links to my Patreon, Streamlabs, and PayPal are in the description of this video. I hope to see you guys next time I hope to see you guys next time for another adventure, and I will see you in the near future. So, peace out, folks.